Ted Cruz and Carla Fiorina grabbed the headlines with their big VP announcement yesterday, and we have one of Ted Cruz's biggest supporters on the program right now. And I bet he thinks we're going to talk about Ted Cruz, but we're not. No. Louie Gohmert and I are going to talk about the Target boycott. The petition is closing in on 1 million signatures. This is all about Target's bathroom policy. 1 million people, 962,000 to be precise, oppose it. Louie Gohmert is with us. I know. You thought we were going to talk Ted Cruz and Carla Fiorina, but no. We're talking bathrooms and Target. Yeah. As I understand it, you're not going to shop there, right?
Well, I've been a prosecutor, a judge. DOJ statistics several years ago said 18% of women reported being raped, and it's at least 20+% have reported sexually being abused by men. And so the last numbers I saw were around 0.3% claimed to be transgender. Now, in fairness, I'm sure that number will go up when sexual predators find out all they have to do is say they feel like a woman today and they get to go to the women's restroom. But for Target to be politically correct at the expense of sexual abuse victims, female sexual abuse victims who have been abused by men, I mean, we've already seen stories of women who freaked out on seeing a man come in. I mean, the last thing that a sexually abused woman, from my helping them and sentencing people and hearing from victims, the last thing they want is some guy walking in when they're engaged in a very private matter, like going to the restroom. It's really political correctness run-a-muck.
But you know what, Louie, it seems to me, for the first time that I can remember, there is a strong pushback against this politically correct move. For example, we've got 962,000 people have signed this petition. They'll boycott Target. And as I understand it, we've got 9 states which are considering bathroom laws just like they have in North Carolina. And one of those states is Minnesota, where Target is headquartered. So it seems to me that the pushback, and you're part of this pushback, seems to be working.
Stuart, I don't know whether it'll work or not, but it's the only way to, register a protest. But this is just common sense. For heaven's sake, it is political correctness run-a-muck. We've gone so far off the course to try to appease people who don't manifest physically what they claim is true in their minds. And I mean, Stuart, gosh, when you look at the effect this has had, even Bill O'Reilly, who's Mr. Culture War, we got to stop this war against culture, on his show he turns to the lawyers and says, hey, they don't want men to go in the women's restroom, basically, so who are they trying to protect? Bill O'Reilly had to ask that question. Holy cow. It's just hard to believe. But anyway, we need to protect women that have been sexually abused, despite Target's efforts to help the maybe 0.3%. And one shout out to the Obama administration. I know I don't do this often, but they're really creating a new jobs program in the ladder industry. Because as you know, Stuart, they've said you build a higher fence, people just build bigger ladders, and they've announced now they're going to build the White House fence 5 feet taller. Obviously, it's a ladder jobs bill, and I salute the White House for their ladder jobs bill.
Okay, Louie, we've got about 45 seconds left, and I do want to talk about Cruz and Carla Fiorina. It's being widely seen as desperation. That's not my word. That's what the media is saying. You're a Cruz guy. You think this will work to win him Indiana?
Well, I think it shows again how transparent that Ted is. What you see is what you get. He tells you exactly what he's thinking. He tells you what he's going to do. He doesn't need a bunch of so-called experts to come in and put some agenda together. And I think it's fantastic, and it has, in my mind, nothing to do with her being a woman that makes it fantastic. She has been so pointed in exactly going at critical issues and doing a better job than most about that. So I think you got two truth tellers there. It'll be terrific. I love it.
Louie, as always, thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you again real soon.
Thank you, Stuart. Good to talk to you.